There are no conditions on this interview. So let's get into it. South by Southwest is going on. We're at the Tesla headquarters. You are in the process of moving SpaceX here, I understand?
No.
Listen, we are, it's coming. X has also been affected by that.
Well, I think I see the X as, so it is number one. So we also want to expand upon that.
You didn't mean that I'm on the left? Did you think that?
I thought you were on the left, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm used to, I saw segments.
Yeah. So that's what.
Am I missing something here?
Okay. Are you missing something?
I
don't know. I think that would.
Yeah. Sure. Well, how would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as pronouns and bio.
I mean, there's, that's what.
How much longer are we going to have to call it Twitter? You're in charge of an incredible platform, Elon. How do you feel that's going?
I think it's going pretty well so far. We're seeing record usage. We've added a tremendous amount of functionality. I mentioned that it used to be that you could only do short, text and maybe a picture or something like that, short video. But now you can do long form text, long form video. We've added audio video calling. So you can not just do text DMs, you can do audio video calling. We've improved the algorithm, I think, significantly, and made the system faster and better, and that's reflected in the increased usage.
Do you think it was far left?
Yes, I do.
Fag to...
Sure. It's the internet,
Yeah. Do you agree that it's right now, and that even it's moved into sort of MAGA land?
No, I don't.
You recently met with Donald Trump in Florida.
I was at a dinner. I was not dinner. I was at a breakfast at a friend's place, and Donald Trump came. I don't.
What?
He, I don't.
Did he ask you for money? Are you leaning towards anyone?
No.
You're not leaning towards anyone. You are leaning away from Biden, but you're not going to endorse anyone. It seems like an endorsement of President Trump.
I mean, a lot could happen between now and the election.
So you have been posting up a storm. Go on.
And that's not even the most exciting thing about it.
SpaceX, Tesla, you got a lot of lawsuits, you've got X.com, you got a lot going on. How do you relax?
Well, I like playing video games. And lately I've been playing Diablo.
I love Fortnite. You post a lot of controversial stuff. Is that considered blowing off steam?
But I think it's something I'd say, like, there are times when I have sort of I don't know, like.
Well, listen.
In fact, I generally, if someone has depression issues, they should consider talking to their doctor about ketamine instead of SSRIs.
Listen, I think that. Do you feel like you ever abuse it?
I don't think so. If you use too much ketamine, you can't really get work done. So I have a lot of work. So I'm typically putting in 16-hour days. That's normal for me.
So how often do you take it? You don't use it.
I don't know.
Where do you think that comes from?
I think it's just genetic, basically.
You think it's just genetic history?
Yeah, chemical ties to your brain.
Yeah, but undocumented immigrants cannot vote in federal elections. So how is that possible?
Right.
So what you're saying about it is the exact opposite of the reason why the Electoral College is there. It actually does the exact opposite of what you're saying.
But what I said is also true. The House.
Yeah. I don't believe that your information on that is right. And when you did the tweet, or you responded to the tweet about that, you ended up apologizing.
Yeah.
Right? So you said you learned your lesson. What did you learn?
I said I learned my lesson.
You said you learned your lesson. Do you understand the connection between the two? Saying the same thing about Democrats. When you say Hispanic invasion, Is that not?
I didn't say an Hispanic invasion.
And you quoted a tweet that called it a Hispanic invasion.
If I quote something, it doesn't mean I agree with everything in it.
Why would you quote something that you didn't believe? Do you think if you moderated yourself more, that you wouldn't have to answer these questions?
I don't have to answer these questions.
Great. So you don't think? Do you think that you wouldn't get in trouble, or you wouldn't be criticized for these things?
I'm criticized constantly. I could care less.
You don't care.
No, I don't.
Why
care.
not? You don't care. I mean, just the truth in general.
That's why we have, for example, community notes. I've been community noted many times.
I have noticed community notes. You recently called content moderation, though, a digital chastity belt. Do you think that you believe that X and you have some responsibility to moderate hate speech on the platform?
I think we have a responsibility to adhere to the law, and we don't want to put out that on the scale.
It doesn't concern you that hate speech has gone. Research shows that it's gone up on the platform since you took over. That's not concerning to you?
I believe that is false. So, Don, you love censorship, is what you're saying.
No, I don't love censorship.
Moderation is a propaganda word for censorship. Look, if something's illegal, we're going to take it down. If it's not illegal, then we're putting our thumb on the scale and we're being censors.
You're putting your thumb on the scale for moderating hate speech?
No, I literally, Don, I literally said, if something is legal, okay, we will obviously remove it.
Okay, but if you are doing something that promotes hate and violence and ultimately leads to killing, you don't feel you have any responsibility not to do that? When the people who are doing it admittedly are saying,
if content is on the platform, that doesn't mean we promote it.
But that wouldn't be on a platform for mainstream media at all. Does it bother you? How do you feel about that when you see it? But you don't want to get rid of it on the platform, or at least moderate it. But these are your own rules on your own platform, and that's why I'm asking you, why are they still there? Your own content policy.
Which part of our content policy says that we should delete these things?
Your content policy talks about hate speech.
Yes, we don't promote hate speech. But if nobody reads it, it doesn't matter. So you can think of X as being, it's much like the internet. It's not.
But everyone has the opportunity to read it, Elon.
Everyone has the opportunity to read the internet. Are you suggesting we should shut down the internet?
No, but you don't own the internet. I'm asking you about you and your responsibility on your platform. And so I see how you feel now. And I think that there is a certain responsibility that goes along with what you have on your platform and what you put out to the world. And I think that's important. You don't see that responsibility. Okay, so listen, let's talk about diversity. Do you really believe this to be true? And what evidence do you have to support it? Wait, say that again. I'm not sure I understand what you said. What evidence do you have, though, that they're lowering the standards? There's no evidence of that.
I believe there is.
There's no evidence of that, Elon. What is the evidence? There's no evidence.
Saying they have not lowered the standards?
There's no evidence about lowering standards. But I do think that on this particular topic, I do think that you are reaching in about this. That's purely speculative. And there's no evidence that standards are being lowered. Okay, so, but that's my whole thing about moderation. Do you think that your responsibility to make sure something is right before you, the person who owns it, Elon Musk, who's a huge figure in the world, that you should know that it's true before you put something out there?
I'm immediately corrected on the platform. There'll be community note.
You think as many people read that as it reads your tweet?
Yes.
Okay. But the actual evidence in history shows the exact opposite.
Oh.
And so you're saying that, I'm trying to understand your logic here because there's no actual evidence of what you're saying.
No, I said, so.
But that's a hypothetical. That doesn't mean it's happening.
I didn't say it's happening.
You didn't say it was happening.
I said it will.
You're right about that a lot on the thing. Do you know what the term woke actually means?
Yeah, race or, gender or whatever. Yeah.
What do you mean by woke mind virus?
I I think,
Okay.
and we've got a little bit more time, so
Yeah.
you choose your question.
Okay, so I think it's important that we're doing this. I think it's important to the world. Let's talk more about free speech and for advertisers, right? All this controversy, I believe, as you know, has made X less appealing to advertisers. About half of them have left the platforms. You've even gone as far as saying it publicly that they can go fuck themselves. Why is that not a form of free speech, Tom?
Right.
So
That's
okay.
that is a different question.
So you said if they kill the company, it's them. But doesn't the buck stop with you? I mean, you're
John, I have to say, choose your question carefully. There's 5 minutes left.
okay. But so
Is this the question you want to ask?
the same question is you said that they are killing the company, but you're the head of the company. The buck doesn't stop with you.
And I'm going to stick to that.
I was just surprised that you would blame other people for killing the company. I mean, you're the right. So, why would that question upset you? You seem upset by it, are you? And I'm not trying to upset you.
Well, you are saying it's not cogent.
It's not what?
Not cogent.
Cogent.
Yes.
Go ahead. So what would you say to advertisers? What would you like to say to them? That they can go fuck themselves?
And
Okay. Listen, I'm honestly, I'm not meaning to offend you. You're an intense person. Where does that intensity come from?
I was born that way. And I had a tough childhood.
You did?
So, yeah.
How so? All right. Has it been difficult for you in your family life?
It's been okay.
How do you see your legacy?
If I died, then I did wrong.
Is there anything that you would change about anything that you've done in your life?
The nature of reality.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.